think what people don't know about rejection is that it's not personal. And in fact, we've heard so many influencers talk about you should thank someone and move on, but it can be really difficult, especially if we connect with someone. And sometimes we even see that our charts, our astrology charts, are really well matched. We might even go on dates with this person or spent even more time than that with them and really felt like, oh, this could be a great relationship for me. And so then it can be devastating when we get ghosted, or they even tell us, hey, I'm not interested in a relationship. The problem is that we are really harmed by the Western world's concept of men, specifically how the West sort of imagines that men and women are different when they're dating. And the truth is that men that are really attuned to the universe are just, there's really no difference between them and women. Because in the West, we imagine that if a man is single and he wants to be in a relationship, that there's just one big group of men that are ready to go at all times if they want a relationship. Whereas women that are single, we're much more willing to imagine that there's like a nuance, that women are on timeline of sometimes like they want a relationship, but maybe they're not dating, they're taking their time, or even if they were to meet somebody that was perfect for them, that they're still like, I'm not sure, like let me feel it out. And women are given that space essentially to sort of just take time and be uncertain, be choosy. And for a man, there's only this sort of black and white thing that if a man is being uncertain about a woman, that must mean that she is not beautiful or perfect enough for him. As though a man is at all times ready if the right woman comes along. And that puts a lot of pressure on us as women to be perfect, because of course, if a man is available and the right woman comes along, then he's gonna nail her down. He's gonna want to be in a relationship. But the truth is that men are also on this continuum. If they are single, even if they want to be in a relationship, sometimes the astrology love timing is not in a great place, and sometimes the timing is in a good place. And if you happen to meet a man when his astrology love timing is not great, just like if you met a woman when her astrology love timing wasn't great, then ultimately he's going to, if he is attuned to his cosmic love timing, then he's going to want to turn her down, because somewhere he's going to realize, well, this isn't the right thing for me right now, even though she seems perfect and that this should work out. I'm sensing that I can't say yes right now. And we see this happening in books and movies. You could imagine a Western where an eligible bachelor, he comes to town and everybody's trying to hook up their eligible women in the town with him. And he's holding back. He's a really great guy, except he's holding back and he's not wanting to make a commitment to anybody. And this maybe even goes on in the film for years, where he's just not responding to anyone that's there. And he's not making any commitments. He's not getting married. And then out of the blue, a gorgeous woman comes to town and he instantly falls in love with her and he wants to be with her, asks her to marry him. In the film, in the world of the film, that is explained away because obviously she's beautiful and she was much better than the other women in the film. So this storyline is teaching us as women to compare ourselves to other women. But I want to say that this eligible bachelor in the Western probably did not have great astrology. And he's a great guy, so he's tuned into this. and he doesn't make a commitment until the timing is right, which just happens to align with this new woman coming to town. It's not that she's so much better than all the other women. It's because the timing just happened to line up. But we've been led to believe that no, this is a value judgment, pitting her against everybody else. So when we are seeing ourselves and our relationships through this lens, rather than realizing that men can be just as aligned as women can with their cosmic timing, then we're going to be much happier. And then we can finally get to the place where we believe that actually being rejected is a gift. And this just isn't just sort of like empty words, but instead we realize that yes, this was the sort of universe's plan for us, and that there is something out there that is going to fit us perfectly. We're going to find the relationship for us eventually, just not with this person. This idea actually of rejection, it reminds me of, did you ever see back in the day there were these commercials for Eveready batteries, and they had the Eveready Bunny, and it's a little mechanical bunny, and it would be in competition against other bunnies that were using a different brand of battery. And essentially the sort of tagline was just Eveready batteries go on and on and on and on, and of course that bunny would last longer than the other bunnies. That's kind of what we're expecting from men. We're expecting them to be on. But if we can accept to ourselves that men also have a sort of energetic sense of when their timing is right and when their timing is wrong, that is if they are tuned in, then instead of letting ourselves be disappointed, frustrated when we are rejected, instead we can just thank that person for being able to tune into their own cosmic timing and just be honest about where they're at. Once you can do that, and it's not just sort of an idea that, hey, I should thank someone if they reject me. Once you realize that it's actually much deeper, that there's something cosmic going on, then it becomes easier to sort of let go of the negative feelings that can be blocking your own tuning into the reality of the universe, which is ultimately going to help you to find that happy relationship that's going to be right for you and move on from sort of spending a lot of time being sad, frustrated, wanting things to be different than they are. Because that's ultimately what is happening when rejection is struggled against. When we're spending so much time just being very sad and wanting things to be different rather than just accepting rejection for what it is, which is someone who has honestly connected with the ethos, with the energy of the universe, and has found that answer. They've been able to hear that answer from the universe. They're able to be honest with you and tell you what they're really sensing. When you can let go of the sadness, once you've sort of really felt your feelings of disappointment, but when you're able to eventually make the response about, okay, what do I really want? And what you really want is to connect with someone that wants to be with you, right? That's what we want. We want there to be an equal exchange of energy between the people that we're dating. And when that is clearly not happening, that is when we are able to tune in. Because struggling against rejection is essentially just carrying on a battle with something that doesn't exist, right? Because at that point, you realize that you're the only one on the battlefield, and that's when you can say, okay, I'm moving on. I'm going to be guided by what the universe is telling me, guiding me to that right person for me. It's so bonkers that men essentially are being taught to shove aside their real feelings because otherwise they're not macho enough. Because Real men, in my opinion, are in tune with their timing, and they are able to say no, even if someone is absolutely beautiful and seems perfect for them, when they realize that they're not getting that message from the universe to tell them, like, yes, this is a good thing, you should go for this. It's the men that are really in tune and realize that they don't need to be on at all times that are the ones that are best for dating, the ones that are going to be giving you the love and the relationship that you're really looking forward to having. I hope that this has given you some idea of how rejection sort of plays out in the universe as far as astrology and timing goes. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.